Hello everybody, I am Mr. Gaming Guitarist, and I am here to review the first part of the four-part Heroes vs. Aliens crossover, and that began with Season 2, Episode 8 of Supergirl, which is titled Medusa. Now, because they said, oh, the crossover begins on this part, and I heard that of course, there will be spoilers for this full episode, so please watch the episode first before you watch my review. But anyways, I will say, I think it's a little misleading to say that this was the beginning of the crossover, because this is really just a Supergirl episode with Barry and Cisco showing up at the last minute. But still, this was what the thing is. Supergirl continues to impress me the more and more season 2 goes on, because it's, for me, I mean, this further cements my thoughts that it's my second favorite of all the DC CW shows, with The Flash still being in number one. I don't know if anything can ever beat The Flash, but time will tell if that will ever happen. But anyways, I really love this episode. It's just so good because it fixed a lot. It resolved a lot of things that were going on, and it pretty much ended a cycle. And I believe this is the mid-season finale. I think Kevin Smith said something about this being the mid-season finale. Well, the thing is, based on the way the storyline for this episode ended, it felt that way. They concluded a lot of things, and so anyway, let me just tell you the things that I liked and didn't like about this episode. So, first of all, I really like seeing them at Thanksgiving. Of course, the Thanksgiving scenes weren't as long as last year's Thanksgiving episode, but overall I thought it was really funny to watch, and it had me cackling like a hyena. The best part was when Mon-El showed up and he brought flowers and stuffing, which was the stuffing from his bed or his sofa or whatever it was. I thought that was pretty funny. And the thing is, at first, I thought that I thought that I wouldn't like the relationship between Kara and Mon-El, but over the time, the idea of it's been okay on me. Like, there was never any anger or straight up. I never thought it was bad. I just thought, really, doesn't this seem kind of forced? But after the things that they went through, I'm okay with it. But anyway, I also thought it was funny how Alex seemed a little bit drunk at that meeting, because wasn't she drunk during last year's Thanksgiving episode? I think she was. So is that going to be a tradition now, where every Thanksgiving Alex will always be a little bit buzzed? I think that's kind of funny to watch. It's also kind of funny to see each one of them stand up to decide like who wants to say something to who they're thankful for. They kept interrupting each other. I liked it, and I also really liked that we got to see Eliza back for the first time in this season, and I thought it was great. It's always good to see her, the old, the Supergirl from the 1984 movie. And I'm glad that she actually had things to do throughout this episode. I'm glad that she was there to fix the issues, going on with the virus, with Cadmus. I thought that was, so I'm glad that, she actually had something to do with at the DEO. So what else do I want to talk about? Okay, we have to talk about so we already talked about Kara. Might as well talk about Alex. I already mentioned her being buzzed at Thanksgiving, but so I really like the way the scene was handled between Alex coming out to her mom. I thought that was really well done. And I still think it's just really interesting, because normally whenever you hear about people coming out to public, it's normally like, sometimes they can be people that are really young. And so I think it's very interesting that the CW is deciding that they make a grown woman actually come out. I haven't really seen it that happen too often. I think Alex is like supposed to be like 29 or 30, and the fact that the CW, a network, I guess that you could call them a local network, but like a nationalized network, the fact that they're handling a storyline like Alex's, they're treating it so well, and it feels natural. It doesn't feel forced at all. It just feels really natural, and I really liked, and also the way that with her and Maggie when she shows up at the end with a pizza and they kiss. That was, I guess you could say the relationship between, I guess you could say the Alex and Maggie relationship is pretty much the most natural or most unforced it's ever felt for Supergirl so far, because I really didn't care about Kara and James being together at all, and the Lucy and James thing that I didn't see. This is the only thing that feels natural, normal, and I guess the thing with Kara and Mon-El's relationships, I guess that's okay, I guess. But anyways, moving on, I also really liked how the stuff that happened with Lena. So we haven't seen her in a few episodes, and I thought it was really weird how at first, they threw me for a loop, because I thought that she actually was turning into a villain when Kara shows up or when Supergirl shows up at her office and says that your mother's the leader of Cadmus, and she says, "How dare you say that to my mother?" And then she says, "I was wrong about you," and then Lillian shows up, and then she says, "I'm gonna work with you." I thought that was a very quick turn for her to go from someone that's trying to be good to someone to be evil. I don't like this. I thought if she really was going to turn heel, it felt very weird and awkward and way too fast, way too forced. But after we see what happens, I'm glad that truly was not the case, because so they threw us for a double, triple crosser loop here. I really liked it. How it turns out so that virus wasn't actually a virus at all. I can't speak. I'm still recovering from how amazing this episode was, but I just really liked how it was done. And so, yeah, so hooray, Lena is actually a good Luthor. So, and I'm glad, she turned her mom over to the cops, similar to how, and I hate to bring it up, but, because season 4 was shit, but kind of reminds me of how Felicity turned her dad over to the cops. But anyways, so I'm really liking the progression, and this is definitely going to be a good thing to keep up Lena's image, and I hope, she can help do some more good in the future. And so next up, we have to talk about... I also really like the scenes with when Mon-El and Kara were playing was it Monopoly? Yeah, I think it was Monopoly in the cell. I thought that was pretty good. That was funny. Any other things? We have to talk about John. I liked how he turned into the White Martian to fight Hank Henshaw. Those scenes that was a really good fight, just like how the fight between Hank and Kara at L Corp was really good. That was really well done. I thought that was just fantastic, and it was. I got so many goosebumps with that. And then towards the end, and I'm glad that after Mon-El woke up, and yet he claims to not remember kissing Kara, and then Kara just says, he drooled. So it's like they're I hope they don't throw this damn. Okay, I know because I was burned so badly with the bullshit with the bullshit forced romance between Oliver and Felicity, where they keep doing this. They keep splitting them up and putting them together, and splitting them up and putting them together almost every few episodes, and it just made me want to tear my skin off from how much it pissed me off. You know, I'm sure they learned their lessons, the producers, but I hope they don't go that same route. But anyways, I have to stop talking shit about Arrow Season 4. Anyways, I really liked that John became a Green Martian back again, how Eliza was able to take the virus. So everything is all wrapped up neatly into a neat little bow until we until we see the spaceship and we see the Dominators. So for the first time, and I know some people were mentioning that, oh, but the Dominators, that can't. Why? How come they are not wearing the robes? Well, looks like we actually got to see them in the robes here, and because it looks like we have some sort of human. Well, he can't be human, but looks like a human, just like how Kara and just like how Kara looks like a human. But this guy's saying, we have arrived, we found this one thing, and so apparently I'm going to assume those are the Dominators, but they said that they wanted Mon-El for something, and we don't know exactly what that thing is, but we'll see. We will see. But so, and then at the end we see Barry and Cisco show up in Kara's apartment, and we saw those breaches happen, and I thought it would have been so fucking cool if because we saw the breach open. I thought it would be so damn cool if Barry showed up there in the middle of Kara fighting Hank, so that they could do a double team against Cyborg Superman. But no, we didn't see that. But so anyways, it kind of reminds me of The Force Awakens when Rey caught the lightsaber, and yet some people were wishing that it could have been Luke in the middle of fighting Kylo Ren, but no, it's kind of like that moment, but no, it didn't happen. But anyways, don't you notice one thing that happened though in that episode? At the end when Barry and Kara got reunited, didn't you notice that Cisco says, "Oh, well, he's not my friend, we work together"? Oh, I really felt that sting. So the complications in Cisco and Barry's friendship are still very much haven't been resolved, and I wonder if they will be resolved at all during this crossover. But anyways, guys, tomorrow's going to be the official start of the crossover, in my opinion, because this is when we're finally going to see Supergirl and the Flash, but hopefully they can just not waste any time, and we can bring the Green Arrow and all the Legends all together. Just bring them all right there in starting tomorrow, because I don't want to waste any time seeing all our heroes united together. But anyways, for this episode of Supergirl, I thought this was fantastic. I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Wouldn't stop. There's so many moments where I couldn't stop smiling to myself, and I just the show just continues to impress me the longer it goes on. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for when the crossover actually begins on The Flash. I can't wait to see that. So anyways, I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you don't miss out on future videos from me. And you can also check out my EP, War of the Insides, 3 songs I'm very proud of. And you can also support me on Patreon. I would appreciate it. So anyways, and of course you can see me on the N4G TV podcast, on the N4G TV YouTube channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when the crossover, things finally start heating up. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh. All right, bye.